Hello. It is time for stream. Walk. Yes. English. Ooh. The English is definitely way funnier. My rabbit made a very big mistake just now. And now she is dealing with the consequences of her actions. Okay, she fixed it. Worry jump mode. I don't know what that means. Okay. It's time for Pikachu. A detective Pikachu returns.
The name's Pikachu, and I'm what you might call a great detective. With my bolts of brilliance, I've solved many mysteries. My partner Harry and I ran into some trouble on a case. Harry suddenly disappeared, and I'd lost all my memories.
Ah! Oh, I should
After
have my
that,
shocked
I
Pikachu
was
face on.
wandering the
What was that
city
button?
when I ran into Tim.
Nope.
Somehow, he could understand
7.
what I was saying. Our goals were one and the same. Find Detective Harry, because my missing partner just so happened to be Tim's dad.
Banana.
While we were searching for Harry, we uncovered a series of crimes involving R, a chemical that drove Pokémon berserk. Tim and I managed to solve the case and save Rhyme City. And yet... Harry was still missing. Even now, the two of us are still searching for him. Harry. Just where the heck did you go?
Banana. Walk. P-Dove.
And so, to promote an even stronger bond between the people and Pokémon of Rhyme City, I hereby proclaim this day the start of Pokémon Friendship Week. To commemorate this event, we present this award to Tim Goodman and Pikachu, who saved...
Harry!
Pika? Oh, Pikachu, I'm sorry. I guess that's a sign I better wrap this speech up, eh?
Like, yeah, you're boring. Is that iconic?
Wow. You couldn't have picked a worse time to doze off.
Sorry.
Now then, due to the R incident of 2 years ago, some of our citizens began to doubt Rhyme City's motto, coexistence with Pokemon. So to those of you who were affected, I offer you my deepest sympathies.
What's that?
A Corviknight?
Wah!
Oh no, it's coming this way! Sir, follow me! Everyone, get inside right away!
What the heck is going on?
Could it be? Or?
R? Don't think so. Its behavior's different.
Yeah, idiot. Behavior's different.
It's all right. Just calm down.
Oh, God.
Pikachu.
Ah, lousy Corviknight! It just made off with my signature hat!
My dad gave you that hat.
Yeah, we gotta get it back.
Alright. Oh.
Look, this must be the notebook the mayor dropped. Oh, there's something inside.
There's something inside the notebook?
Family photo?
Crazy.
This girl looks familiar. Oh, she's the one who didn't look too happy during the mayor's speech.
How would you know that? You were literally
That's my classmate,
unconscious.
Rachel. She knows a lot about Pokemon.
Huh? Whoa, time out. You know her? Why am I just now learning this?
We should return this notebook to Mayor Myers. That's such a terrible name. Mayor Myers. It's hard to say. I don't like it. Yeah, but first we gotta deal with Corviknight. I don't know if I should voice this one. Right, let's go, Pikachu. Whee! Whoa. Huh. Can't talk to you. Now what do we do? That's... Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. No! Not P-Dove! He's dead!
Oh!
Is that P-Dove unconscious? No, he's dead, idiot. Don't touch it. Moving this Pokemon could injure it. Hey, you, big guy. What happened to P-Dove? Well, I'm at a loss. Nothing we've tried so far is working. Hey, can you even hear me? You literally can't. That's the whole thing. You, cut your Pikachu's Pika chatter and evacuate the area. Will Butler. The PPB.
I don't know.
You can hear how healthy you are. Oh no. I need to track down Corviknight and get this area evacuated, but I can't just leave this P-Dove here. Hey, what happened? Calm down, Pikachu. To everyone else, you're just saying Pika Pika. I'm the only one who understands what you're saying, as we went over about 3 times already. Oh, right. Sorry. Got a little worked up seeing P-Dove in such bad shape. Okay, Tim. It's on you to ask the big guy what went down. Excuse me. What happened here? Oh, you're that young detective. Yes, I'm Tim Goodman, and this is my partner, Pikachu. Will Butler, Pokemon Protective Bureau. And this I can never say this Pokemon's name. Audino is with the police department's rescue squad. Audino. I'll spare you the details. Right now we need to help this P-Dove. Take it to a Pokemon Center. It's literally what they're for. All that wind Corviknight whipped up blew it around and knocked it out. Audino used a move to help P-Dove recover, but still hasn't woken up. Audino. Chief, no civilian injuries to report at this time. Copy that. Great work. Now, I really should get back to leading the evacuation, but I can't just leave P-Dove here unconscious. You ought to clear out of here too, young detective. Okay. Mr. Butler, let us help you take care of P-Dove. We'll find a way to wake it up. Yeah, a couple of great... Yeah, let a couple of great detectives handle this. You? This is an emergency situation, one that requires my full attention. Maybe I should let you help. Yeah, let the teenager take the pigeon to a Pokemon Center. That is literally a better use of your time. You're, like, basically the FBI. Alright, I'll leave waking up this P-Dove to you. I'm counting on you, young detective. Yes, sir. Let's go, Pikachu. Oh, where? He's right there. Okay. Hey, why don't we talk to those other P-Dove? Sure, let's give it a shot. No. Fuck you.
Whoa!
Where are you going, Tim? We gotta ask those P-Dove some questions. Ah. Dead. Hang in there, P-Dove. Oh, no. Don't worry, we've got this covered. Okay. Help us find a... Toodles, what the fuck? Unnecessary. Help us find a way to wake up that P-Dove. I'm counting on you, young detective. What's up? Hold on a sec, Tim. Before you talk to these guys, there's something I need to tell you. Yeah? What is it? Cases don't just pop up when it's convenient for us. I gotta tell you that, right? I don't gotta tell you that, right? Right? It's been a good long while since our last case. Well, that's true. But let's hit pause and jog our memories of how we go about investigating a case. We'll do this one by the book, alright? If you say so. Tim, this is our first investigation in a long time. Fortunately, P-Dove's injuries are already healed. All we gotta do is find a way to wake it up. Some might call it coincidence, but me, I call it an opportunity for a detective work tutorial. Detective work tutorial. Perfect, right? Yeah, it's almost like somebody designed it this way. I suppose. Let's refresh our memory and make sure we conduct a full investigation. Okay, got it. First, let's quickly go over how we investigate. Oh, God. I talk to the Pokemon, and I talk to the people. Together, the two of us will gather evidence and take testimonies from people and Pokemon and piece them all together to solve the case. Yep, that's how we do it. Exactly. Okay. This round of questioning is all yours, Pikachu. Sure thing. Here I go. Hey, P-Dove, can I talk to you? I'm guessing you're pals with that unconscious P-Dove. Mind if I ask you a couple questions? It says their friend's taking a nap and won't wake up. So it thinks that unconscious P-Dove is just sleeping? You really love the smell of... Wait, what, huh? That's not... What's that got to do with anything? Nice strong aroma makes the sleepy times go away. That's what it's saying. You'd think those P-Dove would be more concerned about their unconscious friend instead of chirping about some smell. I'm gathering there's a certain aroma that P-Dove are really into. Guess that's all we're gonna get. Maybe we should question some of the other P-Dove around here. Hey, Tim. Come here for a sec. Oh. You get started. Light bulb. Yeah, I don't think I'll be needing that. I'm a little curious about what that P-Dove was saying. Yeah, its friend is unconscious, but all it wanted to talk about was an aroma it likes. Yep. Nice strong aroma makes the sleepy times go away. That's all I could get out of it. Aromas times away. Wait, what if it was talking about using some kind of scent? And what if that scent could wake up its friend? That's it, Tim! We can find the strong aroma those P-Dove were chirping about. Maybe it'll wake up their unconscious friend. That's what I'm thinking. It's worth a shot at least. But how are we gonna find a scent like that? There might be some Pokemon who haven't evacuated yet. Maybe we can ask them. That reminds me. Listen up, Tim. If you're having trouble during an investigation, you can call out to me at any time. I can give you advice discreetly so no one notices. Of course, you can also just mull things over on your own. You can ask me, or you can use your brain. What is Toodles' fucking problem? But if you get stuck, it might be a good idea to take a break or retrace your steps. That's important too. Press plus button. Save the game. Game settings. Okay. Okay, here we go. You're all worried about your friend, huh? I can't talk to this one. Hey, any idea where we can find a nice, strong aroma? I don't know. I guess you wouldn't know, huh? What? Help us find a way to wake up that P-Dove. I'm counting on you, young detective. Or dude. What's up? Magnemite. A little jolt from Magnemite here might be just what P-Dove needs to wake up. Yeah, you can't use your moves, so you'd have to ask Magnemite to do the jolting for you. Let's not go there. You know I'd use my moves if I could. Oh, I'll tell you what the problem is. We've got a P-Dove that won't wake up. I was thinking one of your electric-type moves could jolt it awake, though probably only as a last resort. Oh, you'd be willing to help us out? Thanks. If all else fails, we'll hit you up for an electrifying assist. Cool. You're not a Pokemon. You're a Pokemon. Oh god. Looking at his head. Please be careful. Ah. That's Zatu. I can never tell what it's staring at, or what it may be thinking. That's the sort of Pokemon who's probably got all kinds of incredible knowledge. I don't know about that, but let's try asking if it knows anything about how to wake up P-Dove. Way ahead of you. Hey, Zatu. Ah. Can you hear me? Hey. Ah. It's not saying anything. I wonder what's wrong. Oh. It wants peace and quiet while it's sunbathing. It's awfully calm given all the commotion going on. Maybe we should try asking someone else. Yeah, probably. What up? It's singing about how much it loves this aroma. Wait, he'd have loved this aroma, then maybe. Gee, I wonder. Nice, strong aroma makes the sleepy times go away. Hold up, if P-Dove are gathered here, that means... Oh, my teeth. So sassy. Aroma? You're Aromatisse, aren't you? What are these P-Doves surrounding you for? Aroma. Huh, they started flocking to it as soon as it got here. These P-Dove have been following Aromatisse around? You're asking it to make the nice aroma? Hurry up, make the nice aroma. Aroma, aroma. The P-Dove are really getting on its nerves. Seems like these P-Dove are all drawn to a scent that Aromatisse emits. Which means Aromatisse might be able to help us wake up the unconscious P-Dove. Good thinking, Pikachu. Let's ask if Aromatisse is willing to help us out. Hey there, Aromatisse. We could use some help. Aromatisse. It'll help us out if we can get these P-Dove to stop following it around. Fair enough, let's talk to the P-Dove. I just hope they understand us. sorry to ask you this, but could you move, you know, somewhere else? Hey, now's not the time to stop and smell the aromas. We're trying to help your friend here. Hey, guess what? Pretty soon Aromatisse is gonna go make lots of nice aromas right over there. They're on board with the nice aromas over their plan. So they'll move? Great. Okay. Aromatisse should be willing to help us out now, right? Aroma. It's happy to lend a hand now that we've got those P-dopes to move. Great, let's take Aromatisse back to the square. Okay, Aromatisse, here's the P-dope. Please help it. Aroma!
All right. Glad that worked.
Oh,
P-dope's awake.
Aldito! Aldito!
Wow, Aromatisse's scent is nice. It's kind of like a really strong perfume. I don't get why the P-dope like it so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Aroma!
Yep, you are a huge help, Aromatisse. Thanks. Excellent work, young detective. That perked P-Dove right up. I didn't even consider getting help from the other Pokemon in the area. Maybe you should. Rip it and rip it. Oh yeah, come to think of it, the police officer was calling this big guy Chief. I wonder why. Yeah, I fucking wonder why. How about you ask him and find out? About you, Mr. Butler. Yes, I'm Will Butler, Chief of the PPB. PPB? PPB? We're an organization dedicated to protecting the Pokemon of Rhyme City. The Pokemon Protection Bureau. So, it's kind of like the police, but focused on Pokemon? I didn't know we had something like that. The Bureau only recently started its official operations. At the moment, we're borrowing office space at the Rhyme City Police Station and cooperating with the police. We were dispatched to provide security, but, well, just look at what happened. I can't believe a fiasco this big occurred on my watch. Honestly, an embarrassment. About the PPB. We were formed 2 years ago as a response to the infamous R incident, a case you two solved. Back then, Pokemon-related disturbances were happening all over the city. The human and Pokemon residents of Rhyme City were deeply affected by that. Mayor Myers was so shaken by what occurred, he took it upon himself to create the PPB as a countermeasure. He wanted to make sure crimes involving Pokemon, like the R incident, would never happen again. That's why this organization exists. Isn't keeping the peace the police's job, though? In the past few years, Rhyme City has seen a concerning rise in the number of reported incidents and accidents. The police are struggling to handle so many incidents, including those involving Pokemon. But now, the police can protect the human population of Rhyme City while the PPB protects the Pokemon. By dividing up the work, we can keep everyone safe. Ah, so that's why the PPB was formed. Just what I'd expect from Rhyme City. Howard really is looking out for us Pokemon, huh? By the way, young detective, I was watching your investigation earlier and couldn't help but notice. Were you explaining things to Pikachu? Like an idiot? Huh? I don't think Pikachu understands what you're telling him, though. Unless the two of you can... I'm not actually talking to him. It's more like getting advice? No, that's not it. It's... Oh, I get it. You talk to Pikachu to organize your thoughts. Interesting way to form your deductions, if you ask me. Yeah, that's it. Well, we do understand each other, actually. That was close. I thought he caught on to us. You're literally talking to each other in front of him, is the thing. Be careful. Usually folks wouldn't believe we could talk to one another. Whoa. Ah.
It's back again. Come on, let's chase it down.
Sir!
I thought he was about to, like, punch his fist, like he was gonna chase it down and beat it up.
Oh,
It's Corviknight again. Hey, give me back my hat, would ya? He went after Corviknight in his patrol car. I wish I had a car. I bet Corviknight still has my hat. Let's follow it. App. Those are Pokemon cries. Sounds like they're coming from the direction Corviknight flew off in. Let's go check it out. Why aren't we running away? Well, I gotta get my hat back from Corviknight.
And
Thanks for looking out for me. You stay safe too, okay?
nah.
Gelato. It's telling us not to panic. Cool as a cucumber even during a crisis. Because you look like a cucumber? Go back. It's wondering why it even bothered helping us. Aw. Because now, instead of 2 PETA following it around, there are 5. And it wants to know what we plan on doing about that. Fucking nothing. Bye.
Oh,
Pikachu, look. Well, how do you like these apples? They're scattered all over the place. What a mess. Okay. That's an applin. You're not an apple. You're a baby.
ah, blah.
Is that what applin sounds like? It's dangerous here, applin. You should find somewhere that's safe.
App.
That's odd. It doesn't seem like it wants to leave. Let's talk to it. We're already talking.
Hey,
I haven't seen any applin in this city before. Where'd you come from?
App.
Oh, you go to sleep in a wooden crate, and when you wake up, you're always someplace new? The apple vendor travels to different locations, and this applin gets carried along. The apple vendor probably doesn't know about this applin.
Apple.
Something suddenly shook it awake a moment ago. I'll bet that was Corviknight. Same goes for these crates getting toppled over. I don't see the apple vendor. They must have evacuated the area. He was asleep. So the wood crate shook. You got thrown out, and that's when you realized your friends were missing. It got separated? Then let's help us find its friends. Good thinking. How many friends were here with you?
Yeah.
2? Okay, got it. As much as I'd like to get my hat back from Corviknight, we can't just abandon a Pokemon in need of help. Yeah, what kind of great detectives would we be if we didn't lend a helping hand or 2 along the way? Okay, should we investigate the fallen apples over there? I'd be happy to if there wasn't a tree in the way. Something about it seems odd to me. Maybe we should investigate that first. And inspect a tree. Okay, so we can't investigate because this tree's in the way. What should we do about it? Well, we can't just cut it down. Eggs.
whoa! This tree's an executor!
Mm-hmm. Wait, isn't this an Alolan Executor? I've never seen one before, so I didn't even realize that. What is it doing here in Rhyme City? Why don't we ask and get some other questions in while we're at it? We can't investigate until it moves anyway. Hey, Executor, over here. Look down, by your feet.
Eggs.
Whoa, don't talk all at once. How about this, Executor? I'll tell you which head should answer. Sound good?
Eggs.
Oops, forgot to say which head.
Hey,
You, middleest head. Why are you here?
Eggs.
Guess it's been traveling around with the apple vendor. That explains why it's here in Rhyme City. Okay.
Hey,
You, right head. Tell me what happened here.
Eggs.
Corviknight came flying through, and when you tried to dodge it, you bumped into the fruit stand? I knew it. By the way, have you seen a hat? Corviknight took mine.
Eggs.
Guess it happened too suddenly for you to tell. Oh well.
hey,
Left head. We've got a favor to ask.
Egg.
Sorry, but we want to search through those apples scattered behind you. Could you please scooch over a bit?
Egg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh good, they moved. Now we can investigate the scene. Investigate. There's a lot of apples here, so try not to overlook them, okay? One.
Lim.
Look, an apple, and I found one.
Yep.
Have you been sitting still, pretending to be an apple this whole time? That must take a whole lot of patience.
Bap.
Huh, patiently staying still is one of your talents? Impressive. That Corviknight got you wrapped up in quite the mess, though, didn't it? Your friend is waiting for you. Okay.
oh, this is a tasty apple. Oh, you want some too, Tim? Don't forget to pay for it.
Wow. Boop, boop, boop. I feel like it's gotta be one of the ones that, like, believe basically different.
Is this?
Ah. Your hat!
Huh?
My hat! Corviknight dropped it. Could have sworn it wasn't here earlier. Anyway, I'm just glad to have it back.
This was a real pain. Hey, get back here. The heck?
Hey, quit playing around.
Hey, I'm not playing at all. My hat keeps moving on its own.
That's ridiculous, Pikachu.
It's literally doing it.
See? Told you so.
Executor.
Guess I've gotta go get it.
Guess so.
That's it. Tim's just like, yep, it sucks for you.
Well, Tim, lift me up.
Okay. You alright? Don't hurt yourself.
Please, this'll be nothing.
Oh god, there's quick time events. Smash to grab.
Finally got you back.
Idiot. Pikachu, it's an applin. Applin stole your fucking hat. Whoa. Are you okay? Fine and dandy. Nice catch, by the way. Are the Applin okay, too? Oh, one of them's a little guy. Yep, they all seem happy to be reunited. Good. I'm glad they're all right. But one of them was wearing my hat, huh? Seeing it move on its own really threw me for a loop. I'm sure Corviknight dropped the hat mid-flight and it just happened to fall on top of Applin. Oh yeah? Hey Tim, where's my hat? Don't worry, I got it. At the end of the day, I'm just glad I didn't lose my hat. Nintendo characters are very attached to their hats.
That was a hassle. Yeah, now that's more like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you look like yourself again.
Thanks, Tim. Harry gave me this hat to commemorate our partnership.
The awards ceremony will resume shortly. We ask that all participants please return to the venue at this time.
I guess we better hurry back.
That darn Corviknight. I'll let it off the hook just this once.
Great work. Thank you. And you as well, Pikachu.
Yep.
I can't say it enough. Rhyme City owes you a debt of gratitude for your efforts. We strive for coexistence between people and Pokémon in our fair city. And you two are the ideal detective duo. On behalf of the city, I am pleased to present you with this medal.
Bro didn't even wear like a suit.
Thank you, Mayor Myers. I'm honored.
Of course, you get one too, Pikachu.
But he didn't just spear it through his flesh.
Yeah, I'm the great detective.
Pika Pika to you too, little hero. Both of you, keep up that great work.
Way to go, Tim!
Congratulations, hon.
Tim, I was so proud of you today.
You're amazing, Tim.
You think so?
Everyone knows all about the amazing work you two have done. There was the Eevee abduction case, the fossil stealing spree.
And the Rhine Tower standoff case, too. They even made a movie based on the R case.
Yeah, I thought that movie was pretty good, but how come Mom and me didn't even show up in it?
I have no idea, but movies usually do their own thing, don't they?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you something. This is Dad's Pikachu, right?
Yeah. He's my partner at the moment, though.
I see.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa. What's with all the staring?
He saved your dad from trouble many times.
Wow!
Being really weird.
Pikachu. The news is about to start. Maybe there's an update on that Corviknight.
Yeah.
This is so ominous. What the fuck?
Hey.
This is your first time in Rhyme City, right, Sophia? Uh-huh. It's so busy and fun. I'm glad I came. That Corviknight surprised me, though. I'm glad you and Mom are okay. But Mom.
Right.
I'm glad you're safe and doing well, Tim, but you hardly ever call. I know no news is supposed to be good news, but you take that a bit too far. Sorry, Mom.
Well...
I haven't been to Rhyme City in quite some time now. Not since I last saw your father. Gosh, I guess it's been about 2 years then.
Speaking of which...
Tim, are you getting enough to eat? Yeah, stopping by the Hi-Hat Cafe for breakfast is part of my daily routine. The Hi-Hat Cafe? It's Pikachu's favorite spot. It's so close now that we've moved, I've been going there pretty much every morning. Maybe I should make some dinner for you tomorrow night then. It's been a while. You miss my cooking, don't you? Of course. Thanks, Mom. I'm looking forward to it. What an odd place for the TV. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this breaking news. Oh? What's going on?
According to amateur footage we've received from a viewer, Pokémon appear to have caused an explosion. This explosion occurred in the mountain range northeast of Rhyme City. This may be related to the recent uptick in incidents involving Pokémon. Rhyme City Police and the newly established Pokémon Protection Bureau are investigating. Amelia Christie signing off.
Hey, Tim, did you catch that?
I hope that incident doesn't have anything to do with Dad.
Same here.
Mewtwo told me 2 years ago. Dad's alive, and we'll be able to find him as long as we don't give up.
Yeah, Mewtwo is still our only connection to finding Harry.
Whispering to Pikachu, are you?
Like a fucking freak.
You're just like your father, talking to Pokémon like that.
Oh, really? It's been 2 years since the R incident. Since then, we've solved all kinds of cases. The mayor even gave us an award for it. I can still talk to Pikachu and understand him. If the two of us keep solving cases together, I'm sure we'll find my dad someday. Whoa, that's a lot of Whimsicott.
Sure is. They ride through on seasonal winds every year.
I hear they can be real pranksters.
If they get in a house they like, they scatter cotton everywhere.
Sounds like a pain to clean up.
Yep. The sweet smell of coffee is calling my name.
It's the perfect Pikachu bait.
Tim!
Inspector Holiday, did you finally find my dad?
Absolutely not.
Sorry. No. I'm here on a different case. We've received reports of a jewel theft. Could you lend me a hand with this one?
Of course.
The incident occurred at the dentist residence, the mansion down the street. Sorry, but Brad is waiting for me. I'll go ahead and meet up with you there.
So much for my coffee.
Okay, let's go, Pikachu. Wait a second, Tim. What for? There's no need to rush. You've got to be calm and unhurried if you want to do your best investigating. Yeah, I guess that's true. Pikachu's a real talkative Pokemon. If you see this Pikachu icon on the lower left corner of the screen, you can press the right button to chat with him. Sometimes Pikachu will try to get your attention, and a Pikachu icon will bounce to let you know he wants to talk. If you see this icon bouncing, press the right button to hear what Pikachu has to say.
Tim. Look, I know we need to hurry, but would it really hurt if we relaxed a bit? For instance... Oh, here's a good idea. You could listen to some sage advice from a great detective like me. Okay.
Okay.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Indeed.
Oh no, Hariyama's facing off against Polyrath again. Why does he act out like this? He's usually so gentle.
Is something wrong?
My partner Hariyama loves showing off his strength, especially when he can test it against someone else's. And since Polyrath is also proud of its muscles, Hariyama considers it his rival. Once they start going at it, it's hard to stop them.
Yikes, I guess we better avoid that alley for now. Let's go! A Polyrath and a Hariyama. They're squaring off. You can cut the tension with a knife. It looks like a fight could break out at any second. We should probably avoid this alley so we don't accidentally set them off. Ugh. They're just vibing. I just want to watch the fight.
Great job, Maractus. Your dancing is so cute. From the top. 1, 2, 1, 2. Araka, raka.
Okay. Something's shining in the fountain. What could it be? Ah! Little jump scare. I like Inkay.
Okay.
Whoa, I knew I saw something. It was a Pokemon? That's an Inkay, Tim. It lights up its spots to communicate with friends. Never figured it'd use those lights to lure someone in close enough for a prank. Yeah, it definitely surprised me.
Okay, okay.
Hey, Inkay, maybe go easy on the jump scares, okay? I mean, he can do whatever he wants, honestly. I talk to the Whimsy? No? Rattlesnake. These menu items use all sorts of different berries. With so many choices, they could cater to any Pokemon.
Damn!
I appreciate you coming on such short notice, Tim. This way, the crime took place at the dentist residence up ahead. Wow. That was a slow walk.
Great Detective Coffee Note number 2. The water you use can change how your coffee tastes.
Okay.
Well, 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 if it isn't the great detectives.
Your hair color is awful. You need some toner, bro. Brad McMaster. Wow. It's been a while, Brad. I see you're on the case, too. I suppose that means you are as well. You private detectives do love sticking your noses into every little thing. If Mr. Dennis hadn't requested you personally, I'd be asking you to leave right now. Yep, he's still a jerk. Think he's still holding a grudge from that time we showed him up?
Anak.
He says no funny business. Sheesh, no wonder you two are partners. That's enough, Brad. We're going to be conducting this investigation together. Now this is the scene of the crime, right? Yes, this mansion belongs to Sanjeev Dennis, a jeweler. Dennis Resident... Dennis Residentis. Mr. Dennis is one of the wealthiest men in Rhyme City. Under normal circumstances, a civilian like yourself would never have the opportunity to meet him. Make sure you don't do anything to offend him. Oh, and don't get in the way of our investigation either. He's just gotta get a dig in somewhere, doesn't he? Okay, Tim, come inside. Doot doot doot. Doot doot doot.
I see.
All right, Tim. Mr. Dennis is waiting for you in the room to the right. Thanks, Inspector Holliday. Sanjeev Dennis. Oh. The name of this painting is Golden Sunrise, and it depicts a Pokemon that's spoken of in legend. They say it brings eternal happiness, and that its wings shine with rainbow-colored light. Rainbow-colored light, huh? The painting sure is beautiful, but I'll bet the real thing is even more breathtaking. What up?
Man.
Hey, I have a couple questions to ask. Got a moment?
Manic.
Don't want to waste time chatting while you're on duty, huh? Awfully stubborn, aren't you? You're even harder to talk to than Brad's What? Than Brad's Manectric. Oh, you're a different Manectric. Interesting. That was not clear.
Great detective tip number 2. If you want to catch a culprit, start with their Pokémon. You can learn a lot from their partner Pokémon.
Okay. Lieutenant McMaster is currently interviewing Mr. Barnes in this room.
Excuse me?
I guess it would be too much to ask for us to join in, right? I'm afraid we can't even allow the great detective Tim to do that. Police protocol, you understand. Okay. What if I...
Whoa!
Shut up. This is such a weird thing for a house to have. Just a little alcove by the stairs. Put some random shit in there.
I see.
The parlor is to the right. Mr. Dennis is waiting there. We appreciate the help, Tim. Oh, Lugia. The name of this painting is Silver Waves, and it depicts Lugia, a Pokemon known as the Guardian of the Seas. It's rumored to live deep down on the ocean floor, but no one's ever seen it. That makes sense. The ocean floor is not exactly a place you'd just casually visit. Hello. Why your Growlithe sound?
Tim, I've been waiting for you.
This sounds like a voice I'm actually doing. Oh, he's disappointed because he's the guard and the jewel got stolen anyway. My name is Sanjeev Dennis. I'm a jeweler, and this is my partner, Growlithe.
Wow.
I'm Detective Tim Goodman, and this is my partner, Pikachu. Sorry to jump right into it, but could you please tell us what you know about the incident?
Oh.
A precious jewel was stolen while I was out of the house. It's called the Aurora Drop, and it's a very rare jewel indeed. The Aurora Drop. What a mysterious name. Magical, even. The thief injured one of my staff members and made off with the jewel. Okay. Thankfully, my staff member's injuries were minor, and yet... Is something sticking out to you as odd? Well, the police are treating my trusted butler as the prime suspect. They think the butler did it. Could you tell me a bit more about the stolen jewel? It looks like this. Most gemstones must first be cut and polished into beautiful jewels, but the Aurora Drop is said to have naturally formed into its shape. The way it shines looks a bit like an aurora. Yes, that's precisely how it got its name. Dumbass. The Aurora drop has been the subject of many a tale, but it was thought to be nothing more than fiction. Even amongst us jewelers, for the longest time we called it the Jewel of Legend. Wow, he wasn't kidding when he called it precious. Guess it's no surprise that someone wanted to steal it. It definitely sounds valuable. Where were you displaying it? I kept it securely locked within a special reinforced case inside my jewel storage room. There are locks on both sides of the storage room and the reinforced case. There are locks on both the storage room door and the reinforced case. And yet, despite all that security, it still got stolen. You mentioned that the police already have a suspect. Yes, they believe that the thief is my own trusted butler, Barnes. Why do they think that? Because Barnes and I are the only people who could access the key to the storage room. What's keeping someone else from getting to it? The key is always kept around Growlith's neck. If anyone but Barnes or myself attempted to take it from her, Growlith would start barking. My Growlith is a very loyal Pokemon. He would never allow the key to be taken by a stranger. I don't see a key around Growlith's neck right now. The police think Barnes took it. That would certainly make sense, assuming Barnes really is the culprit.
Mr. Dennis, if possible, I'd like to talk with Barnes.
He's currently being questioned by the police. But you don't believe Barnes is the thief, is that correct? I've known Barnes since we were young. He's worked in this home for years and has always served us well. I'm certain that he'd never steal from me, and I couldn't possibly imagine him hurting anyone. You're saying Barnes didn't do it, and the real culprit is still at large. That's right, someone else must have stolen the jewel. Please help me prove that Barnes is innocent. Ah, so that's why he called us here, to clear his butler's name. We'll talk to Barnes later. So, finding the Aurora drop and clearing Barnes of suspicion, those are the two things you called us here to do? Could you please? You're the only ones I can count on. Our job is to investigate the case and reveal the truth. We won't know if Barnes is truly innocent until we look into this more. Yeah, the police must have at least some reason to suspect him. But we'll do what we can. If that's acceptable to you, we'll take the case. That's more than acceptable. Thank you, Tim. Great. In that case, may I start investigating the scene of the crime? Of course. The jewel storage room is just upstairs. I know you won't let me down. Wait a second, Tim. There's something I want to try, starting with this case. Something you want to try? Yeah, a case notebook. The writers for Detective Journal swear by it. Detective Journal. That's the magazine you're always reading, right? Yeah, that's the one. They researched the most efficient way for detectives to organize their case notes. The solution they came up was a case notebook. Sounds intriguing. How does it work? I'm getting to that. First, open up your notebook. Press the X button. First, let's write in the notebook any burning questions that arise while we're investigating. We'll summarize the testimony and evidence that we've gathered using our investigation on the page below. After we've collected enough testimonies and evidence, the begin deducing option will appear. When you select this, we can start deducing the answers to our questions. We don't have enough testimonies or evidence right now, but once we do, we'll be able to start deducing. I guess actually using the notebook is the best approach. So Tim, what do we have to do right now? We have to collect testimonies and evidence to figure out how the jewel was stolen. To do that, we first have to investigate the scene of the crime. That's right. Let's go check out the jewel storage room. Hungry. Looks like some jeweling tools have been left here. I wonder if Mr. Dennis uses this room as a study too. It's Dennis's partner, Growlith. He sure doesn't look happy. Growl. Apparently she feels responsible. No wonder she's so down. Maybe we should leave her alone for a while. A puppy.
I see.
I take it you heard what Mr. Dennis has to say? I'm guessing he also told you about his butler. He's definitely not pleased that Barnes has fallen under suspicion. Sure seems that way. In my position, I'm not at liberty to share all the information we've gathered. But if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Thanks. What was the situation in the mansion at the time of the incident? We're still looking into that. I'm sure you'll get more direct answers by asking the witnesses themselves. He's right. We should take this one step at a time and gather our own intel. I was told Barnes is the police's prime suspect. Well, the circumstantial evidence certainly seems to be pointing in his direction. He doesn't sound terribly convinced. Does anything strike you as odd? Yes, actually. I can't think of a single motive for Barnes to steal that jewel. He doesn't appear to bear any ill will towards Mr. Dennis, and he's in no trouble financially. That being said, we may uncover a motive in the course of our investigation. But for now, I can't say anything with certainty. Okay. I hear the Aurora Drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. The Aurora Drop's not just valuable, it's famous throughout the entire jewelry industry. And there must be plenty of people who'd like to get their hands on it. Would the jewel have been stolen by an intruder? I can't rule out that possibility, but based on current evidence, I'd say the likelihood of a burglary is low. Neom. Neom.
Great detective tip number 3. Learn from past cases. You may notice a pattern similar to a case you've solved before. You know, Tim, we're really living the good life at our apartment. A huge mansion like this must be a pain to clean.
That's a bunch of cotton. Cotton. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Whoa!
Every puzzle has an end.
Oh!
What's all this? Pokemon feathers? Sure looks like it. They're scattered all over the floor and the window's open. Maybe a Pokemon got in or out through here? You think it has anything to do with the case? Look at this. One of these feathers is darker than me. You're right, the other 6 are a lighter shade of blue. Something about that is nagging at me. Is it a Swanna and her ducklets?
Great detective tip number 9.
9? We were at 3.
People who lie during their testimony. They usually look up and to the right. That's just something I've personally observed.
Okay. This is the jewel storage room, see the crime. Yes, I gathered.
Yes!
Oh, or like an Altaria. Blue. But like, the cotton is definitely whimsicott colored, not like spot blue colored. What is it, Pikachu? I checked out the door, but there are no signs of forced entry. And we can be fairly certain that the thief used a key to get in. According to Dennis, this room's where the Aurora Drop used to be. Let's take a closer look. Okay. What a beautiful jewel. Clear and sparkly. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, I say. Brilliant! Green. New. Red. The paintings here?
Whoa!
Alright, don't let any details slip past you, Tim.
Let me see.
This is the only case that's damaged. Must be where they kept the Aurora drop. The edge looks like it was sliced clean with a blade. What kind of blade would slice this cleanly through such a sturdy jewel case? The jewel case is still locked. Like Dennis said, the jewel in this case was stored under lock and key, and the key to the case is a different key than the one to the jewel storage room. Wonder who has the key then. Double check.
Hey, Tim. Quit looking at my tail and start investigating anything that looks suspicious.
Okay. You think it's the top? Yeah, probably. Doubt a human could pull that off. Here's a blue feather. Do you think the Pokemon it belonged to was in this room? Maybe it's from a Pokemon that lives in the mansion. Let's look into that later. There's some cotton on the ground. It looks really fluffy and soft. What's a bunch of cotton doing in here?
Right.
We've covered everything I was wondering about. Any other spots you want to check?
Hey, Tim.
Uh-oh.
Check it out. Looks good, huh? Disguises are a key part of detective work, you know.
Yeah, whatever. Now quit goofing off and investigate.
He clearly doesn't appreciate my art. Perhaps I need to give him a little more training.
Okay.
Okay, let's start deducing. Great.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah! Hi, Lion. Are you done streaming? Yep, once I've got some evidence, I'll start deducing. Oh, that was Tim, not Pikachu. Feel free to start deducing whenever you feel like it. Okay. After investigating the scene, we now know how the crime was carried out. We can be certain that the culprit sliced open the case and took the jewel from inside. But there's just one thing that's strange. Breakfast. 1 Owens. Oh yeah, no, we like started streaming at the exact same time, which is why I was just kind of hanging out in your stream. But yeah, no worries, get your breakfast. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming for, but you're welcome to hang out and play this hilarious Detective Pikachu Returns game with me. Maybe we can hop on call and you can do some of the voices for me. It's like, I'm not very good at this. Yeah, think, Tim. What's strange about the way the crime was committed? The glass was cut, but the door wasn't.
Oh!
But the jewel case was still locked when it was sliced apart. That's right, so that means the thief only had one of the keys, the one to the storage room. Yeah, but you're better at it than me, and it would be helpful because a lot of the characters in this are dudes, and you have a much better dude voice. Like, different kinds of dude voices. I basically have one, and I'm using it for Pikachu. I'm just using my regular voice for Tim. But yeah, go get some breakfast. I will catch you on the flippy floppy. That's right, so that means the thief only had one of the keys, the one in the storage room. They didn't have the key to the jewel case. According to Mr. Dennis, only he and Barnes can access the jewel storage room. I understand why the police suspect Barnes, but I'm not so sure. Obviously, it'd be best if we could talk to Barnes ourselves, but he's still being questioned. We need to ask Mr. Dennis about the lock on the jewel case. Right. After we wrap up here, let's go ask him. How's the investigation going, Tim? Oh, Mr. Dennis. Sorry, I couldn't stand just waiting around. Have you discovered anything? It does appear that the culprit used the storage room key to gain entry. We believe they then cut open the jewel case and took the Aurora drop. That's so. I suppose that doesn't help Barnes much, since he has access to the key. I have a question for you, Mr. Dennis. Who has the key to the jewel case? I have it right here. I always carry the key to the jewel case on my person. I've known Barnes a very long time, but I still won't give him this key. Interesting. Take your time, dude. The security of the jewel case is my personal responsibility. Got it. So both Barnes and Dennis can access the key to the jewel storage room. But only Mr. Dennis has access to the key to the jewel case itself. That's valuable information. Dennis, thank you. Really? I thought I might be getting in the way, but I'm glad to hear I could help. The Aurora Drop is meant to become a symbol of revival for Rhyme City. Anyway, I'm counting on you, Tim. A symbol of revival? Let's ask Dennis about that later. The thief cut open the case to steal the jewel, but they had the key to get into the storage room. And the only people who have access to that key are Dennis and Barnes. So it makes sense that the police would suspect Barnes. If the key hadn't been used to unlock the storage room, Barnes wouldn't be under suspicion in the first place. Why would he do that, knowing people would suspect him? Maybe he didn't think that far ahead. In any case, based on what we found at the scene of the crime, we can't be certain of anything just yet. We need to talk to Barnes and the other people in the mansion and hear what they have to say. Not just the people, the Pokemon too. I'll interpret for you when we talk to them. Alright, I'm counting on you, Pikachu. Okay, now that we've got our next steps figured out, let's start interviewing everyone right away. Hi, Bubble. I played the Pikachu game. Respect.
Okay.
Alright, we've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts together. Based on everything we heard, is there anything that suggests Barnes is innocent? Let's review the information we gathered and see what we come up with. Click. Mr. Dennis himself said there's no way Barnes could have committed this crime. Taking him at his word, doesn't that mean Barnes is innocent? Tim, are you feeling alright? You do realize that doesn't prove anything, don't you? Look at his fucking face. Like, Of course Dennis thinks Barnes didn't do it. No one wants to believe that the people closest to them could commit a crime. Our job is to find something that actually proves that Barnes isn't the culprit.
Whoa!
I don't think we have enough information yet. Is there something we forgot to ask about? Let's go to conduct some more interviews.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if signal is loud enough that you can't hear me, so I'll tell you that you are gay in the chat. Beep, 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 beep. You're gay. Where? What time are you supposed to be home? After 4? Oh, Bravo went home. Alright, we've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts together. Based on everything we heard, is there anything that suggests Barnes is innocent? Let's review the information we gathered and see what we come up with. We don't have it yet. Fuck off. Stop prompting me to do things I'm not supposed to be doing. Neum. Do.
Great detective tip number 7. Begin every investigation by taking your client's word at face value. From there, forget your preconceived notions and gather the facts until you uncover the truth.
Okay. I like this guy's flippy hair.
Hello there, Detective Tim. Oh, I mean, Detective Goodman?
Okay. Wait, you are the detective, right? That's what Mr. Dennis said, at least. My name's... Wait, that's not proper enough. Sorry. My name is Larry Turner, and I'm a member of the House staff. House staff, huh? Seems in over his head. If you need anything, just let me know. I mean, please inform me if... You really don't have to be so formal with us. Thanks, that's a huge relief. I got this job a while ago, but I'm still not used to talking all fancy. Uh-oh, is that a problem? Well, it's a good thing for me that Barnes deals with all the important guests. My main duties are taking care of the Pokemon, managing the house, and groundskeeping. And I can handle all that, no problem. I don't know, this guy isn't exactly filling me with confidence in his ability to do his job. Anyway, you wanted to ask about what happened, right? I mean, I already told the police everything I know. I'm really sorry for taking up more of your time. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just that I don't remember what happened very well. Something attacked me out of nowhere and I blacked out. Something attacked him? Oh, not the thief then. Can you please tell us more about that, Mr. Turner? Sure, no problem. Right, so where to start? I was just doing my job like normal today. I'd made food for the Pokemon, did some cleaning around the mansion, that sort of thing. I think I was tidying the garden when it happened. I saw a ducklet fly out of a second-story window. Knew it was a ducklet. As I recall, I wondered where she was going. I mean, usually Ducklet just walks out the front door. It seemed weird to me, so I went upstairs to see what was going on. I think I have bird poop in my head. Okay, gonna take a shower later. That's when I saw the door open to the jewel storage room. That's when I saw that the door to the jewel storage room was wide open. As if that wasn't shocking enough, the moment I went to look inside, I suddenly got punched by a Pokemon. The next thing I knew, I was lying on a sofa and someone was treating my wounds. Got punched? Pokemon. Pokemon punched you? Yeah, I feel like I glimpsed a small red figure for just a moment. Based on the size, it couldn't have been human, so I'm guessing it was a Pokemon. A red Pokemon. Do you know what kind it was? I'm not really sure. It all happened so fast. It was Knuckles, the Angela. I see. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm glad you weren't seriously hurt. That's what the doctor said, too. No Pokemon would want to steal the Aurora Drop. It's possible that the culprit ordered their partner Pokemon to swipe the jewel and punch out Turner. So, Tim, now that you've heard Turner's story, what do you think? We need to find the ducklet that flew out that window, and the red Pokemon, too. Yep, you got it.
Excuse me?
Did you see anything else when the Pokemon attacked you? The thief who brought the Pokemon along was probably nearby. Unfortunately, that was all I saw. I see. Suspicious. Can you think of any other details that might give us a clue about the culprit? Nothing in particular is coming to mind. I mean, Mr. Dennis is such a nice person. Never heard of anyone holding a grudge against him. And I was really surprised to hear that Barnes is a suspect. You don't think Barnes is responsible? I guess the police must have some reason to suspect him, but honestly, I just can't believe it. Barnes is still showing me the ropes around here. He's a great coworker with tons of experience. I mean, if you'd known Barnes before all this, you could never even imagine him being a thief.
Excuse me?
You know anything about the stolen jewel? The Aurora Drop? I've never even seen the thing. It's been shut up in that storage room ever since it was brought to the house. Of course I know it's valuable and all. I assume that's what's been causing all the arguments between Mr. and Mrs. Dennis lately. Wa-na-na! What sort of arguments? In case you haven't heard, Mr. Dennis says he's going to donate the Aurora Drop. Seems like Mrs. Dennis is against that plan. They've been fighting about it almost nightly. Every night? It must really be a point of contention. I guess Mrs. Dennis just doesn't want to give up such a valuable jewel. The Aurora Drop's been driving a wedge between husband and wife, huh? Oh. Hi. Hi. I guess he's out in the nitric. We'll talk yet. Nope.
Yes? You certainly don't look like you're with the police. State your business.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. We're detectives. Mr. Dennis asked us to investigate the incident that occurred here. Detectives? Oh, I suppose my husband did say something about that. Your husband? That must mean you're Claudia Dennis, Sanjeev's wife. I'm sorry to bother you, but do you mind if we ask you some questions? I do mind, actually. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. The case has already been solved. Say what? The police said that Barnes is behind all of this, but the matter's settled. We've heard that he's under suspicion, yeah, but we can't be certain it was Barnes who committed the crime. You sound just like my husband. But nothing you say will change the fact that Barnes is the culprit. Barnes's partner Ducklet was up to no good. I saw it with my own eyes. Did you witness the crime? Barnes's partner Ducklet was involved in the crime? Ugh. I'm still getting over a cold, so I'm still a little mucusy. You look as though you don't believe me.
Excuse me?
Is it true that you witnessed the crime? Well, I didn't exactly see it clearly. But I did witness some irrefutable What exactly did you see? At the time of the incident, I was enjoying a cup of tea in my room on the second floor. Just then, I noticed a bird Pokemon flying outside the window. A bird Pokemon. Yes, I clearly saw a blue bird Pokemon. It had to have been Ducklet. We did find blue feathers near the window and in the storage room, so those were Ducklets. In hindsight, she was obviously stealing the jewel. I also heard a faint sound just before that, like something metallic. A metallic sound. You know what could have made that noise? No, I don't. But the storage room was ransacked, wasn't it? I suppose she must have broken something in the act. And I've heard it confirmed that Ducklet's feathers were found in the room. Isn't that proof enough that Barnes is the culprit? She's pretty darn convinced of her own theory. But all it's based on is a metallic sound and the sight of a flying blue bird Pokemon. Pretty flimsy, if you ask me. Yeah. I'm sorry, Mr. Dennis, but that information alone isn't enough to definitively prove Barnes is the culprit. Then hurry up and find whoever it is, and get that jewel back. Isn't that what my husband hired you for? I get that she's upset, but she doesn't have to take it out on us.
Excuse me?
Mr. Dennis seems confident that Barnes is innocent. Oh yes, I'm sure he is. He's always been too trusting. Especially when it comes to Barnes. Those two really trust each other that much? I'm told Barnes has worked here for a very long time. Much longer, in fact, than I've known Sanjeev. I suppose that's why Barnes is always taking my husband's side. What you mean by that? Whenever my husband and I have a disagreement, Barnes inevitably sides with Sanjeev. Maybe that's just because you're wrong all the time? Even though I'm sure he believes he's being impartial. That lack of self-awareness is yet another one of his many flaws. I get the feeling Claudia's not a huge fan of Barnes. Do you think that's why she's so sure he's the thief?
Excuse me?
Could you tell me more about Ducklet? Ducklet is Barnes's partner. She dotes on him tirelessly and is always by his side. You mentioned earlier that she might be involved in the crime somehow. Would Ducklet be capable of such a thing? Yes, she even helps Barnes out with his shopping. She'd certainly be capable of making off with the jewel. Well, whether or not Ducklet stole the jewel, the one thing that seems certain is that she really loves Barnes.
Yes?
The Aurora Drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. Mr. Dennis told me the same thing. But do you really understand? Can you even comprehend just how valuable it is? I knew it. Just look at those blank expressions. Hey, my face always looks like this. Valid. His face just looks like this. Guys. Huh? As it is, I'm not even sure my husband understands the true value of that jewel. After getting his hands on something so precious, why would he want to donate it to Rhyme City? So you're against donating the Aurora Drop? Of course I am. Treasures like that aren't meant to be paraded about for the general public. They should be preserved for quiet observation by a select few. Hard to imagine her quietly doing anything. Okay. A fable.
Fable. Hey.
Oh, it's Clefable. Mrs. Dennis's partner, apparently. Can I ask you a few questions?
Hey.
Whoa, what gives? No need to be so rude. What's wrong? Seems like she's real suspicious of us. Maybe she's feeling sensitive after the incident here. Okay.
Excuse me?
Ask me anything you like. What makes the Aurora Drop a symbol of revival? 2 years ago, during the R incident, my jewel shop suffered considerable damage. Wait, you were a victim of the R incident? Yes, some Pokemon who'd been exposed to R went berserk. Their rampage destroyed my shop, to say nothing of the damage done to my jewels and other goods. By that time, I already had the Aurora Drop. I kept it stored safely in the shop. But was the Aurora Drop damaged too? No, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. Of all the jewels in my shop, the Aurora Drop was the only one to remain unscathed. In fact, debris fell so perfectly around the Aurora Drop that you might believe it was being protected. That's incredible. I guess there's some magic left in the world after all. Ever since then, the Aurora Drop became known as the jewel that survived the R incident. People started visiting my shop just to see it. And thanks to all that attention, my business was able to get back on its feet. Sounds like a valuable jewel in more ways than one. What made you decide to bring it back to your mansion instead of keeping it at your shop? I decided to donate it to Rhyme City. The Aurora Drop? But why donate something so precious to you? It's not just precious to me, and that's exactly why I decided to donate it. Mayor Myers has done his part in improving our city by declaring the start of Pokemon Friendship Week. Thought it was about time I did mine. I wanted to donate the jewel that survived the R incident as a symbol of Rhyme City's revival. I hope that by doing so I can help liven up not just my shop, but the whole city as well. Wow, Dennis, I'm impressed. That's a wonderful gesture. I'm glad you think so. Not everyone is so pleased about it. Oh? Ah, forget I said anything. I shouldn't burden you with such forget I said anything. I shouldn't burden you with concern over such personal matters. For now, I'm counting on you to find the Aurora Drop as quickly as possible. Understood. We'll do everything we can. Now then, Mr. Barnes will thank you not to leave the mansion until further notice. Understood. Hey, sounds like the police finished questioning Barnes. Let's go talk to him. Yeah. How did it come to this? Why are the police so suspicious of me? Excuse me, are you Mr. Barnes? Who might you be? I'm Detective Tim Goodman. Mr. Dennis hired me to investigate the crime that occurred here. Is that so? Ah, my apologies. I am Brandon Barnes. I work here at the Dennis residence as a butler. Do you mind if we ask you some questions, Mr. Barnes? I realize you must be tired since you were just questioned by the police. Please don't worry about that. If you've been hired by Mr. Dennis, it is my duty to give you my full cooperation. Thanks. What would you like to speak about first?
Yes.
I was away when the incident occurred. It wasn't until after I'd finished my errand and entered the house that I realized something was amiss. I heard Turner cry out from the second floor. When I rushed upstairs, I found him collapsed on the floor in front of the jewel storage room. So that means Barnes was the first witness to arrive at the scene of the crime. Did you see the thief or their partner Pokemon? No, nothing like that. Wait, if Barnes ran up the stairs, you'd think he would have run straight into the thief. If he didn't see anyone, could they have escaped from... Could they have escaped from the second floor? Did you check the storage room? Yes, the door was already open, and when I looked inside, I saw that the Aurora Drop was gone. I then contacted Mr. Dennis and the police right away. Is there anyone who can corroborate your whereabouts at the time? Unfortunately not. It was only afterward that Mrs. Dennis came out of her room to see what the commotion was about. The only others in the house at the time were Growlithe and Clefable. Naturally, no one can take witness statements from a Pokemon, so I'm afraid I have no alibi. That's where we come in. The Pokemon that live in this mansion might know something. Mr. Barnes, do you have any idea who the thief might be? Not a clue, I'm afraid. But I do know that Mr. Dennis and I are the only ones who can freely use the key to the jewel storage room. Growlithe guards that key with constant vigilance. So I imagine it would be very difficult for anyone else to take it from her. Suppose it's no great wonder that the police suspect me given the circumstances. I would never do something so senseless. At least this confirms that only those two have access to the key.
Yes.
Ducklet is my dear partner Pokemon. Just look at this photo. Aw, ducklet selfie. Yes, isn't she adorable? Just look at her feathers. Simply beautiful. But that's not all. She's also incredibly clever and even helps me out with my work. Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I tend to get a bit carried away when I speak about Ducklet. It's really no problem. You mentioned that she helps you with your work. What exactly does she do? Let's see. She runs errands for me, such as buying coffee beans from a local cafe. Ooh, she buys coffee beans. Nice. There's a place nearby called the Hi Hat Cafe. Perhaps you've heard of it? She regularly goes shopping there by herself. If that's their go-to cafe, then it's gotta be the Hi Hat. Then it's gotta be for the Hi Hat blend. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that Rhyme City's elites have such refined taste. I asked her to go to the cafe today, in fact, but she hasn't yet returned. You have wandered off somewhere? Do you have any idea where Ducklet might be? Unfortunately, no. Feathers found at the scene of the crime are Ducklet's, right? Yes, no question about it. But I haven't the faintest idea why Ducklet's feathers would be there. Just the thought of her getting caught up in the crime somehow, I'm so worried I can hardly think straight. Out of all the jewels in Mr. Dennis's collection, he considers the Aurora Drop to be his most precious. He worked tirelessly to acquire it in the first place. You might even say the Aurora Drop is the physical manifestation, the crystallization of Mr. Dennis's career as a jeweler. I wish nothing but swift retribution on the thief who stole it from him. For someone who speaks so formally, Barnes is a pretty passionate guy, isn't he? Please, Tim, find the Aurora Drop. I beg you. Don't worry, sir. We're on the case. Oh, did I hit A again?
Well...
Based on Barnes' testimony, I'm really not surprised the police suspect him. Yeah, if only there was another witness at least. About that, aren't you forgetting something, Tim? Huh? Barnes told us that Growlithe and Clefable were in the mansion at the time of the incident, remember? Oh right, maybe the Pokemon saw something. Exactly, you can leave the rest to me. Let's go question them, Tim.
Tim! Yo, main Ectric! Working hard?
Rawr.
Hey! What did I ever do to you? Seems like the residents of this mansion drink coffee frequently. I can tell by the aroma.
I see.
Inspector Holliday, I know this has nothing to do with the current case, but you want to ask me about Harry? Yes, do the police have any new leads on my father's whereabouts? I'm sorry, Tim, but we haven't made any developments on that front. Well, thanks anyway. Still don't understand it myself. Harry was working on the R case when he went missing, so it stands to reason that if you followed that thread, you'd find Harry too. But the case has been closed and we still don't have a single clue. Seriously, where did Harry disappear to? Don't be discouraged, Tim. Look at how far you've come in the 2 years since you moved to the city in search of your father. You've become such a great detective that the mayor himself recognized you with an award. You'll find Harry, I'm sure of it. And in the meantime, I'll keep offering whatever help I can. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Inspector Holliday.
Manic.
No need to glare at us like that, Manectric.
Manectric.
Calm down already. We're not gonna get in the way of your police work. Manectric sure is committed to the job. True. True, and he's been keeping watch. If anyone tried to hide some evidence, he'd spot it right away. I guess he is helpful in that way, but...
Manic.
I just wish he'd dial back his aggression toward me. What do you want, great detective? Have you finished questioning Barnes? For now, anyway. We just haven't finished gathering our evidence. Doesn't change the fact that Barnes is still a suspect. If you don't mind, could we ask you some questions? If you insist, but I have no intention of sharing confidential information with you.
Excuse me?
Is the storage room key the reason the police suspect Barnes? Oh, so you know that much already? Well, no point in denying it. The only two people who can access the key are the homeowner and his butler, Mr. Dennis and Barnes. I highly doubt Mr. Dennis staged all of this himself, which leaves Barnes as the only logical suspect. Not only that, but there were ducklet feathers at the crime scene, and Barnes's partner is a ducklet. Clearly, Barnes used the key to get inside the storage room, then had Ducklet fly off with the jewel. That's my working theory. Duly noted. We don't have any decisive evidence yet, but we're going to find this ducklet that flew the coop, and then we'll get definitive proof. You'll see. Well, I'll be continuing my own investigation. Suit yourself. Are you following any leads other than Barnes? Of course we are. We've already collected statements from every last person in this house. Do you mind if I ask what your impression of each of them was? Well, I suppose I could tell you that much. Mr. Dennis seems rather shaken by Barnes falling under suspicion, and his wife Claudia is reacting quite impetuously. He's been approaching us repeatedly to demand that we hurry and wrap up our investigation. Ugh, that's gotta be tough. I almost feel bad for Brad. One of their staff members, Turner, has been very cooperative with our investigations. He told us a lot about everything that's happened up until he lost consciousness. I suppose that's all I can say for now. Thanks, we'll keep that in mind. The police can question people, but they can't talk to Pokemon. Interviewing the Pokemon around here might help us paint a clearer picture of what went down. Hey, Growlithe. Sorry to bug you when you're already feeling down, but would it be alright if we asked you some questions?
Wow.
We are here to catch the thief, and we need your help to do that.
Ow.
You're willing to talk to us if it'll help Sanji? Thanks. Sanji? Growlithe's nickname for Dennis, as near as I could tell. Oh, right. His full name is Sanjeev Dennis, so I guess Sanji makes sense. Anyway, Growlithe, can we start with the questions? Wow. Gotcha. As Dennis's partner, it's your job to guard the mansion. And we already know the key to the jewel storage room was around your neck. Go. It's important to Dennis, so guarding it is important to you. Makes sense. Go, go. She says she'd never let anyone other than Dennis or Barnes even touch the key. Go. So that's why you feel extra responsible for what happened, huh? Really got a strong sense of responsibility. Don't worry, the two of us are gonna crack this case.
Well...
Do you remember anything about the time of the incident? Ow. You don't know because you were napping? Ow. What? Your breakfast was so tasty that you ate too much and it made you sleepy? Been there, believe me. What are you even talking about? Ow, gow. You woke up when Barnes got home. That would have been right before all the commotion happened. And when you woke up, your precious key was gone? Ow. Yeah, I can tell you're upset. Gow. You'll do whatever it takes to help us catch the thief? Thanks. We'll come ask for an assist if anything comes up. Go. Go! She says Barnes is a kind and well-mannered person. He and Dennis are close, and she's never seen them fighting or arguing. Mr. Dennis really does seem to trust Barnes after all. Go. Go! And Growlithe likes Barnes too. Judging from what Growlithe says, it's hard to think of Barnes as a likely culprit. Wasn't anything in Growlithe's testimony that could help us prove Barnes' innocence. Only one left to ask is Clefable. I'll do what I can to get Clefable talking to us. Thanks, Pikachu. So suspicious of the food bowl. Was he drugged? Was she drugged? The drugged baby.
Hold on. Got some dust on my hat. A great detective's gotta look good at all times.
Hey.
What? You think we're thieves returning to... Bleh. What? You think we're thieves returning to the scene of the crime? You got it all wrong. We're not here to steal anything. We're actually great detectives looking to catch the thief. Please, can you answer some questions?
Hey.
Yes, really. Come on, you can trust us.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, help us out, and I'm sure Claudia's bad mood will clear up too.
Hey, hey.
So, you're willing to talk to us? Thanks. Guess Clefable was worried we'd do something bad to Mrs. Dennis.
Hey,
Do you have a job here at the mansion?
Hey.
Ah, no job per se, unless you count spending time with Claudia. Isn't it tough hanging out with someone who's so prickly?
Hey.
Claudia's not a bad person, you say? Sorry, didn't mean to be insulting.
Hey, hey, hey.
Uh-huh. So Claudia's always arguing with someone or other. But when it's just you and her together, she starts to regret the whole thing? Ah, I get it now. Your job is to cheer her up when she gets into arguments. Wow, you're actually pretty nice. I bet Clefable's really important to Mrs. Dennis. Oops.
hey.
Oh god, how do I skip? Oop. Okay. Did anything strange happen today?
Hey.
Clefable's saying she got real sleepy while playing in the mansion this morning.
Hey, hey.
Then she dozed off and doesn't know what happened after that. That's too bad. What do you think of Barnes? Do you get along with him alright?
Hey, hey.
Claudia doesn't like Barnes, but Clefable tries not to have too much to do with him.
Hey.
But she doesn't think Barnes is a bad person. After all, she says, Barnes ran to help Turner when he got hurt. Wait, does that mean Clefable saw Barnes going upstairs to help Turner? Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta. Clefable, what else can you tell us?
Hey, hey.
Clefable was dozing near the front door this morning. When Barnes got home from doing stuff outside, she woke up and greeted him at the door.
Hey, 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 hey.
Then, Clefable and Barnes heard Turner cry out on the second floor, so they both went running upstairs. And that's when, to their surprise, they found Turner on the floor. That means when Turner was attacked, Barnes was still on the first floor.
Okay, let's start deducing. Great.
Okay. Again, Edison.
Okay.
Alright, we've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts together. Based on everything we heard, is there anything that suggests Barnes is innocent? Let's review the information we gathered and see what we come up with.
Okay.
We learned that Clefable greeted Barnes when he returned to the mansion, and Growlithe said she woke up at exactly the same time. Barnes and the others only became aware of the crime after that. Doesn't that mean Barnes couldn't be the culprit? Barnes was on the first floor when Turner was attacked. That would have made it very difficult for Barnes to steal the jewel. Not sure we can prove Barnes' innocence with that alone. Yeah, we can't exactly disclose that testimony came from Pokemon. No one would believe us. It looks like we're going to need other evidence to prove his innocence. We can't lift the suspicion around Barnes with Clefable's testimony alone. I think we're going to need some other kind of evidence to prove his innocence. But where should we look for it? Nothing immediately comes to mind. At times like this, it's best to try investigating other leads. We might find a thread somewhere unexpected that leads us back to this. To get close to the truth of this case, we've got no choice but to find the Pokemon that witnesses saw. Witnesses reported seeing a red Pokemon and Ducklet. I wonder if the Pokemon that cut open the jewel case is the culprit's partner. It makes sense to think that, but no such human was seen by witnesses. Having said that, though, we might learn something if we can find the red Pokemon. Let's head to the city and get some leads on that red Pokemon. Gotta be like a barnyard or something, right? I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what Pokemon it actually is. At this point, it seems pretty unlikely that Barnes is the culprit. But then why did Ducklet leave from the second floor window? Seems unlikely that it's got nothing to do with the jewel theft. Finding Ducklet would be the quickest way to confirm that. Good call. Let's head into the city and look for her.
Okay.
Looks like the only way to continue our investigation is to gather info in the city. But where should we go? Should we go after Ducklet or search for the red Pokemon? If you're unsure, why don't we try following Ducklet? I think we have a better lead to go on for that than for the red Pokemon. Oh, right. We did hear that Ducklet was supposed to go buy coffee beans today. I'll bet you she went to the Hi Hat Cafe. You're right, we should probably go search the cafe. Let's not waste any time, Tim. Search for Ducklet. Let's go. Who the fuck are you? Huh? You mean you won't help me? I understand how you feel, ma'am, but we're in the middle of an investigation right now. Yes, but what should I do? Looks like that woman has a problem. Sure does. I doubt it has anything to do with our case, but it's hard not to want to help someone who's in trouble. That's the spirit, Tim. If we see a person or a Pokemon with a problem, let's do what we can to help them. That's what makes us this city's great detectives. But we do need to prioritize our current case. This is something we can help with when we have time. Right. First, let's hear what she has to say. Good idea. So, excuse me, may I ask what's wrong? My Lilipup's gone missing. Oh no, what happened? He's gone missing? What do you mean? We were taking a walk together in Serenity Park. I guess Lillipup must have been having too much fun. He got so worked up he took off like a rocket. I've been searching all over for him, and now I'm exhausted. That police officer won't look into it for me either. I don't know what to do. We can't just ignore this. That's right. Helping people is a detective's job, and finding lost Pokemon even more so. We'd like to help you, ma'am. We're detectives, so we're pretty good at looking for lost people and Pokemon. Really? That would be a huge help. Can you think of anywhere your Lillipup might have gone? Well, I've already searched this park pretty thoroughly, but I haven't looked for him in the city yet. Oh, also, my Lillipup likes quiet places. I'm not sure there are any places like that around here. I think that's enough information for us to go on. Please wait right here while we search for him. I'm so sorry to add to your workload when you already look so busy, but thank you. I hope you find my sweet Lillipup. If we see a Lillipup during our investigation, we should talk to it. Okay. So many Pokemons. Oh, if it isn't B-Dove. Glad to see you're feeling better now. Who am I? What do you mean? I just rescued you a little while ago. It's forgotten the whole thing. Well, P-Dove are known for their forgetfulness.
Whimsy! God!
They seem happy. What are they talking about? They're saying that no matter how many times they visit this city, it's always bustling and full of fun. Do you suppose they witnessed anything? We could certainly ask.
Whim!
Oh, you ride on seasonal winds that take you all over the world, huh? The city seems even livelier than usual whenever the Whimsicott arrive.
Whimsy!
Ah, okay. Soon you'll be leaving the city to travel somewhere else.
Whim!
Oh, you like coming here every year because you can meet so many different Pokemon? I'm happy to hear that. Is this cotton yours?
Whim!
Yeah, the Whimsicott say it's theirs. We actually found this in Mr. Dennis's mansion. I don't suppose you've been in there?
Whimsy?
Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Come on, you gotta remember at least that much.
Whimsy!
Oh, this one does remember. What did it say? It thinks it remembers going into the mansion while playing with its friends. I think so. That's not a very clear answer. Yeah, let's ask for more details.
Hey,
You said you might have been in the mansion, but how'd you get inside? You went in through the window with your friends? Why would you do that?
Whimsy!
You don't remember anything after eating breakfast this morning? What the heck does that mean? Please, it's really important. Just try to remember.
Whimsy!
Some human you don't know asked you to do it? What was this stranger like?
Whimsy!
You don't remember because it was someone you'd never seen before, huh? Now look here, you might be an accessory to theft.
Huh?
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? You think the Whimsicott may have been unknowingly involved in the crime? They were, they're blissfully ignorant of it. After all, playing pranks is kind of their whole deal. This complicates things.
hey,
Have you two seen any red Pokemon around here?
Caught!
Oh, Pawniard is red, and you've recently become friends with one? Pawniard. It's a Pokemon with blades all over its body. And it's true that Pawniard's pretty red.
Whimsicott! Caught!
You often run into Pawniard at the terrace in Serenity Park? And on windy days you play with Pawniard by picking it up and flying it around?
Whim!
They say they like to fly Pawniard all the way here from Serenity Park. Serenity Park is the big park just beyond here, right? Yeah, and the terrace is way over on the far side. Maybe we can find Pawniard there. Do you remember when you last played with Pawniard?
Whimsy?
Oh, lately you've been playing together every day? Even today? In that case, we might be able to find it there now.
Whimsy?
If we go meet Pawniard, we should be careful about how we treat its favorite rock. It has a favorite rock?
Whimsy! Whim!
Apparently there's a rock at the terrace that Pawniard really cares about. One time they accidentally stepped on it, and then Pawniard got mad. Real mad. Wow, that's scary. Better watch where we step. I don't suppose they've seen Ducklet around, have they?
Whimsy! Whim!
Okay, I get it. You didn't see her.
Whimsy!
If they didn't see her, I wonder where she went. Do you suppose Pawniard is the red Pokemon we're looking for? Apparently. It's good friends with the Whimsicott that went into the mansion. So it seems pretty likely. It'd probably be fastest just to go meet it and ask. But we still have to track down Ducklet. Should we look for Ducklet or Pawniard first? Either is fine by me. We can start with whichever one you like. Yeah, thanks. I didn't really need your fucking permission, but whatever.
Great Detective Coffee Note number 2. The water you use can change how your
did this
coffee
one already.
tastes.
Dumb shit. Huh.
Hey, Tim, no need to hold back, you know. Talk to me whenever you want. I'm right here, after all.
Okay. Hi, dog. What are you up to?
Dog.
Watchdog's hobby is observing things around the city. In that case, maybe it's seen something useful. Can't hurt to ask. Dog. Oh, you never get bored in this city because there are so many different people and Pokemon to watch? Must be fun having eyes like yours, especially since they let you see in the dark. Watchdog. What, really? Dog. What's it saying? You've got to tell me too. Right, sorry. It says it saw a Ducklet pass by here. If she passed by here, she was probably on her way to the cafe after all. Doc. There are so many red Pokemon, you don't know which one we mean? Good point. Do we know anything else about it? Let's see. We know it's a Pokemon that can use a move to slice clean through hard objects, and that can easily knock down a human with a punch. Gotcha. You haven't seen any Pokemon like that around here? Alright then. Useless.
Hey, you ain't gay.
Trying to let your pranks go too far, alright? Rubbish. Oh yeah. This is the Pikachu voice. It's very good.
Hey, Tim. Yeah, I know you're busy investigating, but I really want some coffee right now.
Me. What did you have for breakfast?
Trub!
Trub!
Hey, wait up!
It's gone.
Okay.
Oh.
It ran down this street, right? We just watched it run down the street. Leaf. I just hope we could find it. I don't want to follow a Trubus down a back alley, but I guess I have to. Huh? It's not here. Must be hiding somewhere. Well, no point hanging around here. Let's go interview someone else. Excuse you. I am a human. I will say when we're done looking around weird alleyways. Weird fire hydrant. Lillipup! You are missing. Egg and PBJ. That's a good breakfast. Did someone say walkies? Aw. I like Lillipup.
Lil.
Hey, Pikachu, isn't this... Yeah, it's Lillipup. It may indeed be the partner of that woman we met in front of the dentist residence. Let's ask. Hey there, Lillipup. What are you doing way over here?
Up.
I see. Apparently he was having so much fun running around that he wasn't paying attention to where he was going. Next thing he knew, he was here. Just like that woman said earlier.
Lil.
He says he misses his partner. Okay, we're gonna go tell her and bring her here to you, Lillipup. Oh, there she is. Lillipup, I'm so glad you've been found.
Pup, pup.
Thank you so much for finding my dear Lillipup detective. You're welcome. I'm glad we could help.
Lil.
You ran away because you weren't getting enough playtime, didn't you?
Lil.
Alright then, we can play together as much as you like today.
Pup, pup.
Also, you didn't do a very good job searching for your Pokemon. That was like a block away from you. Guess that's settled. Yeah, it was nice to see them both so happy. Trash, 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 trash. Trash. Trash, 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 trash. Yum. 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 Well, let me know when you're done eating and if you do want to do some voices for me. I'm already I already had a sore throat. I was sick a few days ago. And this is not helping.
Great detective tip.
We did number 2 already. Fuck off. Punch, punch. This person. this is real bad. That boy looks pretty down. Sorry to bother you, but is everything okay? You look unhappy about something. Oh, you're the detective in Pikachu I saw on TV. Awesome, a detective's just what I need. Can you tell us what's bothering you? Well, we've got a match coming up against the Tonti Park Soccer Club. Huh, didn't know Tonti Park even had a soccer club. One of their members has a Scrafty as their partner, and they're so good. I'm worried we're gonna lose. I want a partner Pokemon I can play with too. I can't find any Pokemon that are good at soccer. Boo. I thought you were gonna do the errands and eat. Like, what kind of errands are you gonna do? Gotcha. Sounds like we'd better search for a Pokemon with good footwork. Can you think of any Pokemon that can play soccer really well, Mr. Detective? None immediately spring to mind, but I'll be sure to tell you if I find one. Really? Thanks, Mr. Detective. I sure hope we can find a Pokemon that likes playing soccer. That's gotta be one. There's gotta be one somewhere in Rhyme City. You don't have feet. It's the Cum Pokemon.
Oh, Tim!
Up.
Hello there.
Hello. There's a Sinistea in the background. Wow, what a coincidence running into you here. Yeah, I'm as surprised as you are. I think I've seen this girl somewhere before. Oh, I remember Howard's notebook. She's the girl from the photo. Yes, Pikachu, this is Rachel. We go to college together. We go to oh, he's being like sarcastic. Yes, Pikachu, this is Rachel. We go to college together. She's the mayor's daughter. Right. And you said she knows a lot about Pokemon too, didn't you? And she's just a classmate, or... See, this is why I don't like telling you about my personal life. I'm just looking out for you. I never hear you talk about actually having fun with people. Oh well. Anyway, who's the woman next to her? I know about as much as you do. I don't think we've met before. Hey Jessica, have you heard of these? Of course. It's an honor to meet the great detectives. Work pants. That doesn't sound very fun. Those sound like boring adult errands. By the way, Tim, were you talking to Pikachu just now? What? No way. No need to be embarrassed. I totally understand the urge to talk with your partner. But now that you're here, why don't you chat with us for a bit? Yeah, sure. Look at the cum on. We can talk to the cum. Rich with flavor and fortune.
Mew, mew.
Oh, it's a Milcery. The cum Pokemon. Hey Pablo, got a new customer? Oh, you mean this Milcery? It's new, just started living here in fact. Wonder what sort of place it's from. From the Galar region.
Mew, mew.
Whoa, hold on, Milcery. Both Tim and Pikachu have particular blends they prefer. You can't just add cream without asking.
Mew, mew, mew.
Yeah, don't cream in my drink without permission. The fuck? I'd prefer to keep my coffee black, but why don't you try some cream, Tim? Sure, and it smells great. I'll give it a try next time.
Mew, mew, mew.
That's weird. Hi, Ludicolo.
Well, look who it is.
Blomelon.
Lo.
The cum Pokemon. Looks like she's in a good mood as always. Do you think she might know something? She might. We can ask.
Luda.
Luda. Say you've got an ear for rock now, not just jazz?
Lulu dee.
Apparently, a Polytoad and his friends put on concerts here at night.
Lulu dee.
And you really love that music, so that's how you went from jazzist to rocker. I'd love to hear Polytoad's concert sometime. Have you seen Ducklet recently?
Lulu dee.
He says Ducklet comes by the cafe pretty often. Pablo knows more about that, apparently.
Lulu dee.
Oh, and you sometimes see Ducklet at Serenity Park?
Lulu dee.
I see. So the pond water there is good for your fur, and you meet Ducklet there sometimes when you go to bathe? How nice that you tell each other about good swimming spots. I guess water-type Pokemon get along swimmingly with each other. I always forget Ludicolo's partially water-type. And not just grass. Even though, like, Lotad is more obviously water-type. Excuse me. Whatever. If you don't know what to do, just ask us. Hey, boing. There's a bounce suite up on the rafter. You're not allowed to play music when the cafe's open.
Let me see. Well?
Let me in.
You and Pikachu must be working hard, huh?
Yeah, he's actually more helpful than he looks.
That's pretty impressive, Pikachu.
Come on, Tim. You can give me a better compliment than that. You seem different from usual somehow. Don't tell me that award my dad gave you is already starting to change you. No, of course not. I'm the same as I've always been.
Are you sure?
I mean, we don't really know each other all that well. Whoops. Maybe you have the wrong impression of me? Wow, calling her the fuck out. Like, you don't know me, bitch. Who the fuck are you to say I've changed? That's weird. No way. I've had my eye on you for a while now, Tim. Excuse me? Oh, does she mean what I think she means? It's like I have a front row seat to the great detective in action. It feels like an exciting new adventure could break out at any moment. Right. Did you get your hopes up for a minute there, Tim? Quiet you. Hi, Rachel. Random lady.
It is such an honor to meet you, Tim.
You're a little
Thank you for
intense.
solving the R case. You have no idea what that meant to me.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Okay. I see news about your accomplishments on TV all the time. You're quite the celebrity. Celebrity? I wouldn't go quite that far. No need to be modest. You're a great detective after all. Jessica used to work with my mother years ago. That's how we met, and we've been friends ever since. Oh, I see. But it's been a while since we've met up like this. About 2 years, I think? Suspicious. We've both been so busy lately, there just hasn't been time to get together. I had no idea you'd become friends with the famous great detective. Were you surprised? Yes, of course. Hey. Oh. Hey, I'm the great detective. By the way, Tim, I work at a pizzeria in Bamboo Burrow. If you're ever in the area, stop by. I'll treat you to one of our awesome pizzas. All right, did you hear that, Tim? Let's go sometime. The pizza place where Jessica works is actually pretty famous. Sounds great. I'd love to go. I'll take you up on that offer. I'll be waiting, he said suspiciously. Tim, there's actually something I wanted to talk to you about. What's up? Well, it's about something going on at home. Sounds serious. I'm not sure how much help I'll be, but you can always talk to me. I don't want to waste your time, though. Don't worry about it. I'm working right now, but we could meet up tonight if you're free. Sure, that works. Thanks, Tim. Okay, then how about you stop by my apartment later this evening? Oh, inviting her back to your place? I'm down. Not bad, Tim. Me and Pikachu have the same brain. But aren't we supposed to have dinner with your family tonight? Idiot. Yeah, but this sounds serious. I can't just brush her off. The least I can do is hear her out for a little bit. Fair enough. I'm sure your family will understand.
Tim.
What?
Hey, Tim. Jessica seems really grateful to us for solving the R case 2 years ago. Nice to know our hard work wasn't for nothing. Oh yeah! I'm in a great mood! This city really gets me pumped up.
That's weird.
Hey.
Hi, Tim. Did something happen today? I noticed you weren't here this morning. Yeah, I got caught up in a new case. Ugh, sounds rough. You mind if I ask you some questions? Me? Sure, go right ahead.
Excuse me?
You must have been really busy moving your cafe to this new location. Do you feel all settled in now? Yeah, feels like things are finally back to normal. I know Pikachu's been coming here on his own to drink your coffee. I hope he hasn't been causing you any trouble. Trouble? Trouble? Me? I'm a paying customer, once you pick up my tab. Not at all. The cafe's way closer to your place now, and it seems like Pikachu feels comfortable here. And the Hi Hat Cafe always welcomes Pokemon customers.
Hey.
The butler from the dentist mansion? Yeah, he swings by the cafe pretty often after he's done with work. Okay, see you later, Ryan. Barnes is a regular customer? Yeah, he loves coffee and jazz, so we've got plenty to talk about. But apparently he's been really stressed lately, so he hasn't been stopping by as much. He's been really stressed, huh? You should probably ask for more details about that. Do you know why Barnes is stressed? Was he worried about something? Oh, well... I'm not sure it's my place to tell you about a customer's personal matters. Please, we're just trying to help. It's for Barnes' sake. Ah, so this is for the case, huh? Then I guess I'd better tell you. He was worried about the jewel that Mr. Dennis was planning to donate to Rhyme City. Apparently the Dennises had a difference of opinion about that. Barnes was trying to come up with a compromise that would satisfy both of them. But he said he just wound up getting stuck in the middle of the argument. That does sound stressful. I remember him saying he wished there was no jewel in the first place. Bye. He wished there was no jewel, huh? Anyway, that's all I know. I hope it helps. Yes, thank you.
Excuse me?
Do you know the ducklet that lives at the Dennis residence? Yeah, I know her. You're talking about Barnes' partner, right? She often comes here all on her own to buy coffee beans. She really is a clever little Pokemon. Just like Barnes said. She always comes in with this cute little bag that I fill with beans for her. As far as I know, she takes them straight back to the mansion. In fact, she left with her usual order a couple minutes ago. I don't know. Really?
Okay, let's start deducing. Okay.
Okay.
There was a day. At the ducklet usual order.
Okay.
Let's head back to the mansion and search for Ducklet. Good idea. Fuck you. What I want.
Whoa!
Yum. What in the world were you doing?
My apologies, sir.
Did something happen, Brad? Ducklet was spotted near the mansion just now. When my subordinate tried to catch her, they let her escape. Ah, so Ducklet had just gotten back to the mansion.
You know where she ran off to?
Unfortunately, I do not, and I don't have the resources to keep searching. At this point, I'll have to call in the services of the PPV. You, tell the inspector that I'm heading back to the station for a moment.
Yes, sir.
Well, Brad and May Nectric are gone. But still, we have no idea where Ducklet could have run off to. Where would we even start looking?
Well...
now what? Can we put the search for Ducklet on hold and look for the red Pokemon instead? Yeah, sure. That's better than just spinning on our wheels. There are still places we haven't looked. Let's check them out. Where are we going? Let him run. Whee! Park. This place is huge. That's Serenity Park for you. Whimsicott said Pawnyard hangs out around here. And the terrace is their usual meetup spot. Shall we go look? Hello. Oh, that Pokemon plays soccer for sure.
Aw, come on. Lickitung stopped again. Keeps getting distracted.
Stop getting distracted.
Licked every flavor life has to offer. Lick, lick.
What a long tongue. Okay. Great detective work, Tim.
Raboot!
Raboot.
Oh, it's a Raboot. What are you up to?
Raboot.
You're just about to do some dribbling practice here by yourself? Dribbling practice? Yeah, Raboot are really good at that kind of footwork. They're always practicing. In that case, Raboot might be willing to join some soccer games. You're right, and this one says it's got some really impressive techniques. Hey, Raboot, I know a kid that'd love to kick a ball around with you. If you've got some time, would you be willing to play with him?
Raboot.
You will? Great. That's great, I'll go get him. Again, he's like a block away.
Rab. Those eyes, they look really fired up. This Pokemon is the coolest, Mr. Detective.
Try talking to it. I'm sure it'll be willing to practice with you.
Really? Hey, Raboot, want to play soccer with me? Raboot. It nodded. Thank you, Raboot. Okay, let's get this practice started. We're gonna win the match for sure now.
Good luck. I hope you do well.
Thanks. I hope we can be friends, Raboot. Rab.
I guess soccer players don't need words to hit it off when they share a love of the game.
Yeah, even without speaking the same language, they seem to understand each other's feelings.
Hello.
Someone seems to have planted a tree right in the middle of the path. It's such an inconvenience.
That's literally a pseudo-ludo. What? Baby fly? Rabombi.
Pollen pups.
Oh god, its eyes. Oh look, a Rabombi. Rabombi mix pollen and nectar to make all kinds of different puffs.
Boom.
Sure seems busy.
Boom.
Apparently it's making pollen puffs for its cutie fly to eat. Those little bugs have big appetites while they're growing up, so it's got to prepare a ton of food. Sounds like a lot of work. Let's just watch and try not to get in the way.
You there! Wait, you wouldn't happen to be that great detective duo, would you? I am such a huge fan of yours!
Okay. Oh dear, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Charles Murlock. I'm a scientist working here in Rhyme City to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. A scientist, huh? What's that? You'd like to hear more about what I do? And nobody said that. My research has been recognized by Mayor Myers himself. Now I'm helping out with a new policy that he and the city council are working on. You might say I'm the brains behind Rhyme City's latest policies. This guy's intense. And he seems like the type who doesn't even listen to what others are saying. If you two great detectives have any questions for me, by all means, fire away. After all, I have something in common with you both. We're all working to help Rhyme City. We're all coming from the same place, comrades with the same goals. I'm prepared to answer any questions you have. Sure, dude. Guess our only choice is to play along for a bit. What a drag.
Excuse me?
What sort of research are you doing, Mr. Murlock? My research explores the nature of communication between people and Pokemon. Sounds complicated. No, it's quite simple, really. We're just trying to help Pokemon understand human language. Imagine what that'd do for Rhyme City. It'd make life here so much more entertaining and simple. A whole city where people and Pokemon can go back and forth like we can, huh? That really would make Rhyme City an even better place. Don't you think? If it weren't for the facial hair, he'd be kind of a cutie. But unfortunately that goatee is not working for him.
Excuse me?
What exactly do you do to help the mayor with policy development? My domain is science, not politics. I can't actually propose new legislation. What I can do, though, is develop new machines and equipment. I also help distribute them to the people and Pokemon of Rhyme City. I'm proud to contribute to my city with the power of science. That's wonderful. Isn't it? Mayor Myers came up with the idea for a bill to help people and Pokemon coexist. So I feel duty-bound to use my position as a scientist to support it. Sounds like he's warming up for a speech. I can tell how passionate you are about improving the city. Bye. Fuck off, dude.
Oh, can I ask you a favor, Pikachu? Would you allow me to give you a quick health exam?
Ugh.
Ow! Hey, what'd you just do to me?
Oh dear, is Pikachu upset with me? I only plucked a bit of fur, and the test results should be ready in just a moment. What exactly are you doing? This is a machine I created by Mayor Myers' request. Mayor Myers' request. It can measure a Pokemon's vital signs in record time. In other words, it's made to quickly check a Pokemon's health. I'd say that's a good thing for both people and their partners, wouldn't you? Yeah, it sure sounds like it. Way to bury the lead. Okay, it's ready. Now let me see. What's it say? It's detecting caffeine? Yeah. Seeing as he's working as a detective, I figured this was no ordinary Pikachu. But these results are truly fascinating. Hello? Mr. Murlock? Oh, do forgive me. He's quite alright, no problems at all. I suppose his triglycerides are a bit high for a Pokemon. My what? He does seem slightly different from a regular Pikachu, though. Is there something weird about me? Well, now that you've finished your checkup, I think we'd better fucking leave. Ah, yes. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. Good luck, great detectives. Pikachu is literally a great mouse detective. Come on, Pikachu, stop sulking and let's go. High triglycerides, grumble. That's just a really funny sentence.
Quit playing dumb! We've got evidence that proves you're the culprit! Yeah, did I scare you, Tim? I felt like practicing my interrogating.
Okay. Don't drop thing. Let's go over here. Whoa, I was just thinking this was an odd place for a tree, but it's actually a Pokemon? Yeah, that's Sudowoodo. They have a habit of pretending to be trees.
Pseudo!
You're practicing your tree imitation, huh? Does it have to practice right here? Seems like it'll block a lot of foot traffic. Yeah, true. Hey, Sudowoodo, if you want to practice, you should try doing it somewhere else. This location totally blows your cover.
Pseudo?
Like, okay, bye. That sure seemed to send it into a panic. I guess it thought it was blending in perfectly. Huh? Someone must have replanted that tree in the flower bed. But when? You're an idiot. Oh, no, I can't talk to him. This is a fountain for Pokemon to drink some. My Serena really loves the water here. That's weird. Yum. Yum. This Pokemon is being awfully friendly. Okay. Thanks. There's sure a lot of amazing Pokemon around. These ones are so well coordinated. Okay. Oh, hey, it's you. Be careful not to get lost again, okay?
Great.
This is the top, yeah?
Look at that, Pikachu.
Huh?
From here you have a perfect view of the dentist residence.
Hey, Tim, what are you thinking? Pretty sure that window's the one in front of the jewel storage room. A Pokemon capable of flying could go straight into the mansion from here. Yeah, if our thief was getting help from a Pokemon, this would be the perfect vantage point. This is where the Whimsicott usually meet up with Pawnyard, right? That's what they said, but I don't see it anywhere. If it was here earlier, maybe it left some kind of a sign. Well, Pawnyard are known for their blades. It's not much, but it's the only lead we've got. We'd better get looking. Whimsicott. It probably fell here when the Whimsicott were playing with Pawnyard. These torn up leaves have rough, uneven edges. They looked to me like they were bitten, not cut. That stone looks a lot like, whatchamacallit, a Spiritome rock. What's up with this rock? Oh, hey, Lane. It's covered in gashes. Has something been scratching at it? These gashes look like they were left by something sharp, like a blade. I doubt a human would be strong enough to make clean cuts like these.
Right. Tim. What's up with you and Rachel, anyway? Just friends? Really?
You met her for 5 minutes, dude.
Okay.
Okay.
Did find a rock that was covered in slashes, as if it had been cut up by sharp blades. Maybe those slashes were made by Poniard. That's definitely the rock that the Whimsicott were talking about. So if we go to where that rock is, we might find Poniard there. Alright, let's take a look around that rock. I was just at the rock.
Well...
Can you think of any way to draw Poniard here? They didn't like... Whimsicott said that Poniard got angry when they stepped on the rock. Yeah, you're right. Good memory. Maybe Poniard will show up if one of us climbs on it. Worth a shot. Let's give it a try. How's this? Yep, you're certainly standing on a fucking rock. I just hope it's actually here to see this. Uh-oh.
On!
Ah! It's Poniard. Just like Whimsicott said.
Pon! Pon! Pon!
Okay, it's saying, "Darest thou tread upon my cherished rock? What is the meaning of this? Thine answer shall determine thy fate. I will show thee no mercy." Wait, what? Wow, it's really angry. Sorry, we just wanted to find you. We weren't trying to mess with your rock or anything.
On.
Thank goodness. It said it'll forgive us, but just this once.
On.
You want to know why we're looking for you? Fair enough. We've got some questions we'd like to ask you. Would you mind talking with us for a bit?
On.
It says it'll talk.
On.
So you've been traveling all over as part of your journey to warriorhood? I'm sorry, did you say journey to warriorhood? Apparently it travels all over the place to practice and improve its moves.
On.
It says that because it was born with these blades, it wishes nothing more than to master them. If Poniard is that proud of its blades, I bet they have razor-sharp edges.
On.
It says it can easily slice a rock in two. And this might sound a bit strange, but you haven't, punched anyone recently, have you?
On.
Poniard says it's never punched a single person or Pokemon in its life.
On.
Good point. You could cut something with those hands of yours, but you definitely couldn't punch it. Yeah, on second thought, you'd wind up with a different injury if you were punched by a Poniard. Are there any other Poniard in this city besides you?
On.
Saying. Apparently it's never seen any other Poniard. We heard from some Whimsicott that they went to Mr. Dennis's mansion. Were you the one who went there with them?
On.
Poniard's not sure if it was the same place, but it vaguely remembers going to a big house.
On.
It says it entered the house together with the Whimsicott. How did you get inside the mansion? Apparently, Poniard likes to get picked up and flown around by Whimsicott. Do you think it might have gotten inside the mansion that way? Yes, I do. Did you happen to cut a jewel case when you were in that mansion?
On.
You can remember the sensation of cutting through something, but the rest is a blur? This is important, so please try to remember.
On.
It says its mind feels all foggy, and it just can't remember what was going on at the time. That sure makes things difficult.
On.
Have you seen Ducklet around anywhere?
On.
It hasn't seen her. Great. Where could Ducklet have gone? We finally managed to find Poniard, but we weren't able to learn anything useful from it. Yeah, and some of what it said even contradicted testimony we gathered earlier. Maybe we could get more information if we had proof that Pawnyard entered the mansion. Come on. It's asking if we're done here so it can get back to training. What sort of training does it do?
Come on.
It's planning on cutting rocks and things to sharpen its skills and blades. Cut rocks? Wow, would it be willing to demonstrate for us? Oh, good idea. It would be a big help to see what a cut from a pawnyard looks like.
Come on.
Yeah, it says it would happily grace us with a demonstration. Thank you. We'll watch quietly so you can focus. I'll chuck up that rock.
Awesome.
This clean slice, and the metallic sound Pawnyard's blade made when it made contact. It all matches with what we know of the crime scene. That means the Pokemon that entered the mansion must have been Pawnyard. But neither Whimsicott nor Pawnyard remembers clearly. What's up with that? I can't imagine that the Pokemon are lying. Their behavior is pretty unusual, but there must be a good reason for it. We've looked all over the place, but we haven't seen Ducklet anywhere. Apparently, she almost got caught earlier, but then ran away. Maybe she's hiding somewhere. And how are we gonna find her? We couldn't get much useful information from Pawnyard. I think Ducklet is our only good lead now. Guess we need to keep asking around then. I don't know, maybe she got scared and went into hiding. And if she did, it'll be really hard for just the two of us to find her. Yeah, how should we look for her then? Good question. How about we ask a Pokemon to help us? Pokemon? Yeah, Pokemon have all sorts of special skills. Maybe there's a Pokemon that can help us find Ducklet. You think it'd be willing to help us, though? I'm sure one of the Pokemon in the Dennis residence would gladly help us out. After all, the theft happened in their own home. Good point. Let's go back to the mansion and ask the Pokemon there for help.
Tim. So, your hands are blades, huh? Wow, that's pretty neat.
Oh god.
Here I am! You called for me? Huh? It's nothing? Oh, you
Give
just
me a
felt
pizza
like
with
calling my name?
nothing. Nothing? Ah. How wonderful to meet you, Detective. Seriously, it's an honor.
Yes.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Can I help you, or... Huh? Do you really not know who I am? Kind of a big deal on the Rhyme University campus, and I know you go to school there too. Know anything about this so-called big deal, Tim? Not that I can think of. They call me the quiz professor. I'm actually still a student, but that's what they call me. And this is my partner, Toucannon. So you're, the quiz professor. That's me. I'm majoring in Pokemon studies. I can't resist sharing the knowledge I've learned, so I quiz all sorts of people. That explains the nickname. This quiz professor is definitely on the eccentric side.
Kano!
I'll admit you got me there. A Pikachu doing detective work is pretty eccentric too.
Why don't we celebrate our meeting with a quiz?
I'm fucking busy.
Okay, here's the first question.
Well, in one ear and out the other. Oh well, guess it can't hurt to play along. Sure, dude. What Pokemon catches prey using its long tongue? The Pokemon in question is somewhere in this very city, so get out there and look for it. What's your tongue like, Toucannon? Mind opening up that beak of yours?
Kano!
Nothing extraordinary here, thanks anyway. Yeah, it's a Lickitung. Pokemon with a long tongue, huh? There's one nearby. It shouldn't take too long for us to find. Okay. Can I just tell you now, since I already Okay, I have to physically go to the Lickitung. Goes down this way.
Long tongue?
That's a long tongue. I'm amazed it stretches so far. Hey, Tim, this Lickitung might be the answer to that quiz question. I think you're right. Let's go tell the quiz fucking professor. God. Oh, she's probably gonna make me talk to, like, every random... So the next one's probably gonna be the Phalanx, or the Purloin, or the Rabombi.
So, Detective, did you figure out the answer to my first question?
Yes.
Sure did. Lickitung.
Bingo! Yes, you got it. Lickitung uses its long tongue to catch its prey.
It uses its long tongue. According to reports, contact with its saliva causes a tingling sensation, as well as a persistent itch. That's horrible. Oh wow, good thing we didn't get licked. Ugh, I'm feeling itchy just imagining it.
Cano!
Thanks for the warning, Toucanon. We'll make sure any Lickitung we meet keeps its tongue to itself.
Well, that was only the first question. I guess it was a little too easy.
Are you saying there's more?
Of course, and here's where they get serious. Time for question number 2. What Pokemon uses its cute looks to put you off your guard so it can steal from you?
Hey, we don't have time to deal with another theft. What Pokemon tries to steal from people? I think the cute look part is our biggest hint. Pretty sure it's not you, Toucanon.
Cano!
Totally. Okay, Tim, let's go search the area. Okay, Purloin was on the other side. This one. What a cute Pokemon. That's a Purloin. Aw, how sweet. I think it wants some attention. Sorry, we're busy right now, but we can play with you later. Hold up, Tim. Check your pockets. Fucking stole from you. Its fucking name is Purloin. Pause where I can see him. Oh, my pen. Yeah, that was a close one. But at least we figured out the answer to the quiz question. Right, it's Purloin. Let's go tell the quiz professor. Oops.
Yum. So, Detective, did you figure out the answer to the second question?
Yes.
Yeah, the answer's Purloin, right?
Ding-a-ling. Ding, ding, ding. That's correct. Purloin often steal things from people. And they sometimes scratch people who try to reclaim these stolen items, so be careful of their claws.
The Purloin we met wasn't that rowdy. But we should probably be careful in the future. True. Better safe than sorry.
Cano!
It's asking if we agree that quizzes can actually be pretty fun. There's certainly a chance to learn more about Pokemon.
Okay, let the quiz continue. Time for question 3. Best buds always stick together. What Pokemon moves as a group?
Pokemon that moves as a group, like the one... It's literally right here.
Ding.
Lynx. Wow, these movements are in perfect unison. That's Phalanx. They always move around in groups of 6. Lynx. They're in the middle of formation training. Pikachu, do you think Phalanx is the Pokemon the quiz professor was talking about? No, I don't. There's no way that that could be the answer. Let's go tell her the answer.
So, did you figure out the answer to my final question?
Yes.
I think so. The answer is Phalanx, right?
Ding-a-ding-a-ding. Bingo! That's it. Phalanx is a very peculiar Pokemon. There are actually 6 of them working together as one. The one at the front, known as the Brass, leads the others by issuing orders. In battle, they change formation as needed and use teamwork to secure the win.
That's a pretty interesting Pokemon. Sure, but I bet it's tough for the troopers if they got an incompetent Brass.
Cano!
Yeah, sorry. I'm sure they're all perfectly competent.
That's all for today's quiz. I hope you're as enthusiastic about quizzes and Pokefacts as I am.
Sure.
Glad to hear it. I'll get some new questions ready for you next time.
Okay. And maybe she could, you know, wait till we're not in the middle of something.
Kano!
Yeah, see you, Toucanon. What a fucking weirdo. Anyway. Whoosh. Okay.
What makes Jewel so irresistible to humans? It's a mystery for the ages.
Alright. My throat is pretty tore up from doing these stupid voices. So, I think we'll end things here for today. Alright, save. Saved. Okay. Probably continue this later. Maybe, possibly tomorrow evening, but possibly not. I would have streamed later in the day today, but I think Ash has plans to stream later, so figured I'd just do it a little bit since I was already awake earlier in the day. Alright, catch y'all laterly. Bye.